Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to start an online business from home in 10 steps. I'm going to guide you in the right direction so you know which steps to take, what order, and how to get this thing going, and I'm going to give you a few resources that you can use to get you in the right direction. So this is stuff that you can do on a tight budget. You don't need a lot of money, you don't need a staff. This is all done from home. All you need is a computer with internet. Okay? So the first step is find something you're good at or passionate about. So you have to find one or the other, because otherwise anything else will bore you eventually, will lose your interest, or will just make you want to quit because it's frustrating. You're going to have frustration starting a business. There's no doubt about it. I went through it. Bill Gates went through it. All the entrepreneurs in the world went through frustrations, bumps in the road, obstacles that they had to overcome. And if you don't actually care about what you're doing, how you're making money, what industry you're selling stuff in, then you're not going to stick with it. So there's actually a great article on bustle.com I recommend you read if you're kind of not sure what to even think about as far as how to get started finding what you're good at or what you're meant to do. There's a great article on Bustle called 9 Ways to Figure Out What You're Meant to Do. So it talks about a great list of ways to just brainstorm what you like doing, what you're naturally good at, what skills you've picked up, what things you're passionate about, things like that. You list them, you kind of brainstorm, and then you get a good list together of things that you could start a business in that without getting bored or without wanting to quit, because you know you're good at them or you're passionate about it. So if you can get one of those two things, or both if possible, then you're much less likely to quit and you're more likely to stick with it. So you can do things like make a list of what your natural abilities are, make a list of what your natural interests are. Imagine yourself at 95, nearing the end of your life. What will you be proud of leaving behind? Think about things like that to help you brainstorm and write down ideas for what you could do. Number 2, after you've done that, after you've gotten a list of things that you might start a business in, that you might want to pursue, you need to find a market. You need to figure out if you can actually support your family with a business in the industry you're interested in. So one way to do this without spending a lot of money on, say, testing different products and paid advertising or something like that is you can use Google Trends. Google.com/trends, that's where you go. It looks kind of like this. Of course, it'll look different depending on the topics, but it's free and it allows you to figure out what people are interested in and what people are searching for. It shows you the trends that are going up and down in different industries. All you have to do is go up to the search bar here and type in your different industries, your different things that you're interested in, you're passionate about, and you're good at. And then it'll help you narrow down which ones are trending up, which ones are trending down. That way you can cross some off your list, and you can go by process of elimination and kind of get closer to picking what kind of business you want to start. So this will really help you just get a smaller list of things that you can make a business out of based off of trends that people are interested in. And if people are getting less interested in something, you shouldn't start a business now in that industry. So use Google Trends. We'll get some more advanced tactics in future videos, but right now try that to just figure out your market. Number 3, after you've done those things, you need to determine how you will get paid. Of course, you have to make money. That's the whole point of a business. Of course you want to change the world, of course you want to help people, but if you're not able to keep the lights on, if you're not able to keep your business running, it won't matter. You'll fall apart and your business will fail. So you need to be able to support your family and everything. So there are a lot of different ways to do this, and I actually did an article on selfmadesuccess.com called 55 Best Internet Business Ideas. So these ideas are all internet based. Of course, these are actual business ideas. These aren't just things where, oh, I can make a few extra bucks online taking surveys or something. No, this is stuff you can actually build a full business that can support your family. Things that people have made 6 figures, 7 figures doing online with nothing but a computer. Things like blogging, affiliate marketing, web design, consulting, freelancing. There's all kinds of stuff on here that you can make a business out of. And once you know your industry, you can figure out kind of what you want to use online to actually make money. But we'll get into something in a minute about how you might need to start out doing one thing and then build up to things that will make you more money later on. So first of all, read this article, write down the ones that appeal to you as far as how the business will run and how the business will make money, and then we can move to the next step. So after you've done all that, you need to start reading every day about your industry, self-improvement, and marketing. Those are the 3 things you have to get better at. Ideally, read a chapter in each one every day. If not, if you don't have enough time, try at least 1 or 2 chapters a day in one of the 3 industries. So there's a couple places you can go to figure out which books to read. But first of all, you need to read in self-improvement, because marketing won't help you and knowing your industry won't help you if your mind isn't right. If you don't have the right habits, the right work ethic, the right willpower to get stuff done every day without letting yourself procrastinate, then it won't matter how smart you are. So read in self-improvement. It'll help you get your mind right. It'll help you think like a billionaire. Marketing is something you need because you won't be able to get customers without marketing. And unless you can hire marketers or you partner with somebody who already knows marketing, you're going to have to learn that yourself. And then of course your industry, which is what you're supposed to be an expert in, because that's how you're going to sell your services, your products, and promote your brand, is through that industry. So you need to be an expert in your industry, and you need to be pretty good in self-improvement and marketing. So read all the time in those. I have a book list on selfmadesuccess.com that I put together called 50 Books Every Entrepreneur Should Read. And these are some of the best books that you will notice most successful people have probably read. So Think and Grow Rich, all-time favorite by many successful people. The 4-Hour Work Week, definitely one of my favorites and one of the favorites of many entrepreneurs. Of course, we have more like Psycho-Cybernetics, The Science of Getting Rich. There's a lot of different books in here that are bestsellers that have just really turned around people's lives and helped them become successful. So read those, and those will pretty much cover marketing, at least the basics of it, and self-improvement. So you'll know how human psychology works, you'll know how to be more productive in less time, you'll know how to build a brand and things like that through reading these books. Another way to find books you need is going to Amazon.com and searching in books, and then going by categories and bestsellers. So search your industry, figure out, okay, say you want to start a business in cooking, okay, so how to build a cooking business, how, find books that talk about cooking, how to be an expert in all forms of cooking and not just one, and that can be very beneficial. But as far as finding a list of books in your industry, your specific industry, Amazon is the place to go. So once you're reading and you have your industry, you have your market and everything, you need to start getting traffic, okay? Even if you don't have anything to sell yet, you need to start getting traffic, you need to start building your audience. And in many cases, it's best to build your audience and then figure out what they want, and then build a product or a service around what they want. So start getting traffic and start just finding the people that you're going to target in your industry. So go very specific if possible. You need to stay in more of a niche. You need to be a specialist in what you're doing. before branching out and taking on the big titans of your industry and more broad audiences. But if you're a specialist and you just get as much traffic as you can in a specific part of your niche instead of just the whole thing, it'll really help you start out faster. But this chart right here is on digitalmarketer.com, and it's all about customer value optimization. But the thing about this is, and this is going to help me also explain the next point, but what you need to do is figure out what kind of traffic you're going to get. So the first thing you have to do when you're building a business, and you already know what you're going to build, is you have to find traffic through Facebook ads, Twitter ads, YouTube ads. You can start a YouTube channel, you can do email marketing, you can blog, you can do social media, you can do paid advertising on Google. There's a lot of different types of traffic sources, and if you are on a really tight budget, I recommend blogging, podcast, YouTube channel, social media marketing. If you have money to spend and you want instant results, make sure you know what you're doing first of all. You need to actually have some kind of background in advertising, or have read some books in it, or gotten some experience in it before. But if you want instant traffic without having to build up anything, you would be better off doing, say, Facebook ads, for instance. Facebook ads, I would recommend them over Google because Facebook ads are cheaper and they have more targeting options than Google does. But you just have to figure out what kind of traffic plays to your strengths. If you're a good writer, you want to do blogging. If you like talking, if you like doing how-to stuff, you can do YouTube videos. If you like just talking but you don't like necessarily getting in front of a camera or anything, or you don't know what kind of visuals you would use, you might do a podcast. There are some people that do very well with podcast traffic, but you just have to figure out what kind of traffic you're going to do. Start off with one main one, specialize in that, and then you can branch off later on. Number 6, collect emails. So back to this chart here. The whole point of getting traffic is to get them to your email list. Okay, so you offer what we call a lead magnet, and you'll notice that right after the traffic. So you offer a lead magnet, which is usually free or very low cost, and people get that. It's something in exchange for their email. Instead of just asking for people's email, you need to give them something in exchange. It's a transaction. So give them something of really high value that's very related to your industry to gauge their interest and figure out which people are interested in taking the next step towards possibly becoming a customer. So if they say yes, then you have a tripwire offer. This is just one great way to build an online business. You don't have to do it this way, but this is one of the better, more efficient ways of doing it through email marketing. So you collect emails to get more traffic to your website, but you also collect them to use for offers. This is how you get offers in front of people, is through email. So you offer a tripwire, which is, say, something around $5, $7, probably $10 or less. And a tripwire is something that says, hey, I'm very interested in this industry, and I want to learn more about it. I want to take the next step. So they become a customer. So you turn them into a customer, and that's great. So then you have a core product. This might be something that's $25 a month. This might be something that's, I would say, $50 to $200 is a good core product cost. And then you have a profit maximizer. If they buy those first two products, a profit maximizer would be something that's hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars to just get the most serious people in your industry and make you the most money. And then after they've done all that, if they've bought all those products, you create a return path, or if they're not interested at all, you create a return path, and then they just start seeing your free content again and your advertisements and things like that. So that kind of sums up the process. Study this chart, find it. It's at Customer Value Optimization. Search that in Google, and Digital Marketer's article with this in it should come up. But But this is kind of how you structure email marketing. But the main thing you need to worry about right now is just finding a service like GetResponse, building it up, going through the tutorial of how to set everything up, and just start getting subscribers. You need to start getting emails, because emails are what allow you to market your stuff, market your product, and things like that, and keep people coming back to your brand. So now you're collecting emails, you're getting traffic and all that. You need to start monetizing. You need to start getting money from this traffic. And you might have to start out doing something that's not what you plan to do long term. So there's two different things I would recommend for people who just started an online business and don't have a product or a service ready yet. And that is, for one, Google AdSense. Google AdSense allows you to make money from advertisements that you put on your website or your YouTube channel. And these advertisements, when they are clicked, you make about 50% of the cost of that ad that people pay for. So advertisers, just like commercials on television, they're paying for these ads to get business. But these ads show up on, say, a television channel. So the television channel gets money for having those ads on the television channel. It's the same thing online with a YouTube channel or a blog. You have these ads there, and when people click on the ads or they watch them a certain amount of time, you get paid. So you don't have to sell anything. It's completely free to do. You just have to get approved. So that's one way you can monetize and start, making at least enough money to cover your costs. Or you can also do affiliate marketing, which you would go to, say, clickbank.com, which is one of the best affiliate marketplaces, and you sell products based on your industry that are very related. Obviously, you want these products to be high quality. You want them to have good numbers, and check the numbers, go through the categories, find what you're looking for. But it's completely free to sign up with ClickBank and promote these products, and you get commissions when people buy products through your ClickBank link. So find things that have good sales pages, that are very good, unique products, and if the sales page is good enough to where you thought about buying it yourself, then it's probably good enough to sell to your audience. So then you would put this in, say, your emails, and you would put this on your site to get paid some commissions every month to kind of cover your costs and make your first few dollars from your business. So 8, build credibility. The next thing you need to do, of course you should be doing this as much as you can, is build your credibility. And there's a few different ways to do that. I actually did an article called How to Establish Yourself as an Authority Figure Online, and it talks about, you can go to selfmadesuccess.com to read it, but it talks about things like certifications. You can get certifications from different sites that I mentioned here, like Digital Marketer, Google, Bing. It's anything that will get people to trust you and trust your authority. So if people think you're an amateur, they're not going to, even if you're a good writer or good at getting traffic, they're not going to believe you, and they're not going to buy from you because they don't trust you. They don't trust that you actually know what you're talking about. So not only do you need to be doing content like a blog or YouTube channel to show that you know what you're talking about, but getting things like certifications, having a degree if you have one, getting awards. Say Jeff Bolus, he's a social media marketer. He has a blog about that. He talks about his awards in his Twitter bio, so people instantly trust that he knows what he's talking about, and it gets him more sales. So you can talk about your awards. You can speak at universities. Even if you don't have a big audience, you can just tell people that you spoke at universities. Just doing things like that. There's also things like help a reporter out, so reporters will do a piece on you. You can do collaborations with other people who are already big shots in your industry. So just read over this article, and it'll tell you all the best ways to establish your authority and get seen as an expert in your field. So after people are starting to trust you more through your credibility, you're getting lots of traffic, you're getting emails, which means people are interested, and you're able to start getting some money coming in from ads and affiliate links and things like that, you need to set up and constantly study your analytics. So analytics, of course, are the numbers. They tell you what kind of demographic you're attracting to your website, to your ads, to your channel. They tell you how well your pages are converting, all those types of things that are very important. I didn't get anywhere really with my business. I made very slow progress until I started paying more attention to Google Analytics and other forms of analytics. That's when my business personally started to take off. So I am a living, breathing example of why you need to pay attention to analytics. And believe me, it's something you should do from day one. So go to quicksprout.com, and there's a great article called 6 Advanced Google Analytics Tricks That All Site Owners Should Know. So after you've already gone to Google Analytics, just search it in Google and it'll show the page where you set it up. It'll help you set it up for your website. It's totally free, and it'll help you keep track of your traffic numbers and your conversions, what's working, what's not. Also, you want to read this article, and it'll tell you some great tricks on how to figure out your conversions for product sales, for affiliate marketing, for your ads, and all that kind of stuff. So read this article and make sure you have analytics working, whether you're paying attention to YouTube analytics, to Google Analytics for your website, or analytics for your paid ads on Facebook, for instance. You need to be looking at the numbers. And last but not least, you need to constantly refine your process. So you're going to have a daily routine. You'll realize very quickly after reading a few personal development books and studying successful people that you have to have good habits to get anywhere. Your habits are everything. What you do on a day-to-day basis is what determines your success. So you need to constantly refine your process and work more efficiently by doing two things. You need to focus on what are the two most important things I can do today to better my business, and what can I automate. So the way you do this is you free up more time through automation, and you eliminate things you don't need to do that aren't important. For instance, in the 4-Hour Work Week, one of the main books I mentioned earlier on books that you should read, he recommends eliminating things that don't account for 80% of your income. There's an 80-20 rule that says 20% of the tasks you do account for 80% of your results. So find those things. List all the things you're working on. Figure out what are the two things I could do today to increase my income and better my business. So you need to increase your income a little bit each day by doing things that directly affect your income. And if you do that, you won't get stressed out. You'll be able to spend more time with your family while still working more efficiently. So there's a few tools I recommend for automation. If you're only going to be doing 2 main things per day, one way you can get to that faster is by automating as much as you can. So things like social media, things like email marketing, and things like that, you can automate using tools like these. And many of them have actual free versions of these tools. So you can get started on a budget and then increase as you need. But 15 tools to create automation in your small business. It's a great article. It gives you all kinds of tools to kind of help you start automating some things that actually take up too much of your time. Another place you can get automation done is through Upwork. Upwork is one of the best freelancing sites around. They actually bought Elance, so now they're major players in the freelance world because they're the owners of 2 of the biggest freelance websites. And it's full of people who specialize in marketing, writing, and all different things that can help you by doing things that you don't want to do or that you just don't have enough time to do for your business. So as you make more money and as you get to where you're not just relying on ads and affiliate income, but you're also selling products and services, you can afford people to actually work for you as freelancers. So give them things to do and automate as much as you can, but keep going back to the two most important tasks. Okay, you yourself should be doing 2 things every day for your business that are very important, and the rest you should just either eliminate or automate. If you keep doing this, if you keep refining your process, you keep figuring out the most important 2 things that you can do that will make the biggest impact on your income each day, you will be more and more efficient and you will make more and more money. So if you got something from this video, if you feel like you learned a little bit about how to start a business from home, please like and subscribe so I can make more videos like this, maybe go a little more in depth for you. If you want to let me know about something you think I left out, or you want to let me know what you thought about the video, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to contact me directly, if you want to get more in-depth blog posts on this stuff, if you want tools and specific step-by-step courses on how to do these things, how to build a business the right way, you can go to selfmadesuccess.com. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you have a great day.